So once again, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining us and celebrating National Library Lovers Month with us. My name is Joseph Garcia, and I'm an associate program manager here at TechSoup. And I am actually the program manager for a program that you're going to hear about today. This is our second annual Library Lovers Month with our libraries. Ashley helped us last year to spearhead this idea. So, it was a great idea. We thought we'd just continue the tradition. All right. So 3 ways that you can participate today. So one way that you can participate is that you can click the number 1 button there where it says chat at the bottom of your screen, and you can chat, you can participate, you can add to the conversation. It's just a great way just to get whatever's on your mind in that moment in the chat in front of the experts. And maybe it might help lead their dialogue on where they're going. So that is one way that you can participate in today's webinar. Another way that you can participate in today's webinar is using the Q&A function. So see that little Q&A in the same row as the chat button. You would click that and then just type your answers there. And then last but not least, if you would like captions, or if you're hearing impaired, you can click show captions, and it will display a full live script of what's being said and what's being shared in this webinar. All right. So here's just a little agenda that we have for the day. So today, first, we're going to hear from TechSoup's customer service team, followed by the Mobile Beacon program, followed by QuickBooks Made Easy for nonprofits, followed by the Adobe for Nonprofits program, and last but not least, a question and answer. Now, normally we like to give more time for our question and answer, but we have a full house today, everybody. So we're going to do our best, and we're going to try to fit in as many questions that as we could in today's session. But one thing that I do want to encourage everybody is to put your questions in the Q&A using that engagement button. And one thing that I'll do after the webinar is I'll follow up with our guests and get your questions answered and share all of those questions and answers with all of our attendees and registered participants for this webinar. All right. So please welcome to the stage our TechSoup customer success team, Ashley Hendershalt and Gerard Morris.
Thank you, Joe.
Oh, you're welcome.
Next slide. Hi, everybody. I'm Ashley Hendershot. As Joe said, I'm with the TechSoup customer success team, and my specialty is supporting multi-branch and national organizations. TechSoup has been supporting nonprofits for over 30 years, and as a nonprofit ourselves, we know that every dollar counts when supporting your mission and adopting new technology. TechSoup offers a designated space for libraries where you can access resources with the needs of libraries in mind. And this space also includes webinars, courses, and of course, access to the most popular solutions requested by libraries in the TechSoup marketplace.
Did you mean to move the slides?
Are the slides moving?
No.
Okay, let's fix
Sorry,
that
everybody.
real quick.
So in the TechSoup marketplace, we have obviously Mobile Beacon and Adobe and QuickBooks Made Easy, which you'll all hear about today. But also I wanted to highlight that TechSoup now offers computer lab licenses, which are great for public access computers, such as those in library environments. We also have Microsoft 365 licenses for your staff to keep things more secure. TechSoup's donor partners, such as Adobe and Mobile Beacon, they get to set the limitations of their offerings on the TechSoup platform by quantity, budget size of nonprofits, by fiscal year and calendar year. And our team is happy to help you maximize on your eligibility for all of our donor partners by helping you get registered for each eligible branch within your library system. Library systems are not eligible for TechSoup, but library branches with FSCS numbers are eligible, and so are support organizations such as Friends of the Library. 501c3 status is required for nonprofits in the US or globally to use TechSoup. And we are happy to help you navigate the waters of eligibility for each of your library branches with their own FSCS numbers. Again, I apologize. So we can also help you with billing and support for invoicing, depending on how you work in your procurement department. As we know, libraries are governmental entities and might have to submit invoices for payments for technology, and we are happy to support you with that as well. Next slide, please. Oh, I apologize. Oh, wait, go back. I'm sorry. You jumped forward, Joe. Thank you. The TechSoup Marketplace has over 80 donor partners offering resources to support your growth and expand your knowledge around technology. And we host events every month with experts in the tech field, and we offer courses and specialized services if you need support with your help desk needs, migration assistance, or marketing guidance. And another specialized service developed in-house is our membership tiers for access to additional discounts on popular TechSoup solutions. And for more on membership, I'm going to hand it over to my manager in customer success, Gerard.
All right, next slide, please, Joe. All right, so again, my name is Gerard Morris, Senior Director of Customer Success here at TechSoup, and thank you all for joining us. I'm glad that we're actually doing these types of events specifically for libraries. I've been a big fan of libraries, big reader since I was a child, and so I love the avenue that we have, and hopefully libraries don't die. Just want to say that outright, right? So how does working with the customer success team help benefit my organization? So my team specifically works with you as you continue on your technology journey. So let's just say you're building a new computer lab and you want to make sure that you've got everything that you need. We'd work with the folks at Mobile Beacon, and we'd also look at some of our other hardware partners and help you solution that particular environment, so to speak, right? And we have folks on my team who actually can help you through that process. And then we also provide insights into what's happening in the space. We talk to nonprofits of all shapes, sizes, and missions every single day. And so we can provide you with different insights as it relates to what you're working on, not to mention a variety of different libraries across all 50 states. Next slide, please. And then as it relates to membership tiers, so if you are here and you are a qualified TechSoup member, that means that you are what we call a DIY or do-it-yourself member, means you have access to all of the things that are available in the catalog that you are eligible for. The next level up is Boost, where you get additional discounts on top of the discounts that you would get for a specific set of products in our Boost catalog. And then in addition to that, you also get 50% off of all of our 100 and 200 level courses in the TechSoup catalog, which consists of hundreds of different customized, curated courses that have been developed over time. Some of those course tracks run $200, $300 just for one track. So it would immediately pay for itself should you decide to become a Boost member. That is $99 a year. And then our highest tier is our quad level, where you get those additional discounts. You get access to all of the 100 and 200 level courses at no additional charge. And then you get access to the folks on my team, TechSoup Customer Success, for technical consults and solutioning, as well as access to our growing roster of volunteers. So we're reintroducing a tech volunteer program with folks that have expertise in cybersecurity and marketing and other areas can help you without you having to go straight to our managed services team, which generally operate on a fee-based agreement. And then we have quad member only events. So the quad community itself is a space where you can come and connect with other folks that share the same mission or are dealing with some of the same technology challenges. We do have spaces for organizations that share like similar structures. So for example, if we were to get a critical mass of libraries that said, we like the idea of quad, we want to become a part of quad, we could create a space just where you can talk shop around what's happening in the library spaces that relates to technology and the challenges that you all are facing. And then on top of that, we have exclusive content that you that you can only find in our quad community. So those are our membership tiers. Just wanted to make sure that you all are aware. We're constantly working to build these programs out and make them better. And as you look at this, if you see something that maybe is not there that should be there, especially if you have a long-standing history with TechSoup, let us know. We're looking for ways in which we can make these programs better. So definitely appreciate your consideration. And I'll hand it off to the next speaker.
All right. Thank you so much, Gerard and Ashley. And yeah, that was great. I actually work very closely with the customer success team, and they are definitely champions of the library communities and library systems. So thank you. Thank you for all your work and all that you give to the sector. All right. Next, we have the lovely Brianna Waiters speaking about the Mobile Beacon program at TechSoup.
Thank you, Joe, and thank you everyone for being on the webinar today. I'm very excited to be speaking on behalf of our partnership with TechSoup, Mobile Beacon and TechSoup. Just to do a quick introduction, my name is Brianna Waiters, and I'm the program coordinator here at Mobile Beacon. So for anyone that is hearing of Mobile Beacon for the first time, we're a nonprofit organization committed to delivering affordable, mobile, high-speed internet to anchor institutions around the country, enabling them to better serve their communities and fulfill their vital missions. So we have a wonderful partnership with TechSoup to help us reach more communities through our hotspot donation program. And that's what I'll be talking to you about today. So first, I'll go ahead and dive into just the eligibility with the TechSoup donation program. So in order to be eligible, you need to be a 501c3 nonprofit organization or a public library that we can verify in our IMLS system. And then of course, a TechSoup membership is required. Through this donation program or the program with TechSoup as a whole, you are allotted annual limits with the program specifically. So you're able to receive up to 11 donated 4G hotspots, 5 discounted 4G tablets, up to 11 discounted 5G hotspots. And of course, if you need additional devices outside of this allotment for the year, you're always able to purchase additional. So if your library needs, 20, you're able to per 20 donated hotspots or 20 hotspots in general. You can get 11 donated through our TechSoup program and purchase additional through us. That's always an option. Then of course you have the benefits for through our program here. You're able to provide backup or portable internet access. So if services at your libraries go down, you're able to use the hotspots to connect with staff, or if you have computer programs that you typically run at your library, you can use the hotspots to continue services through there. We're also able to, our hotspots are also ideal for organizations with limited or no internet access. So if you're in a very rural area or a very congested area where you don't get the best of services, the hotspots allow for better service directly to connect through all of your devices. And the great thing about the devices are you're able to connect multiple devices. So it's not like you have to just connect or you're only able to connect one device to one hotspot. A lot of the hotspots are able to connect up to 15 and even more than that. So that's the great advantage to the hotspots as well. And of course, it supports lending programs to help bridge the digital divide. So a lot of libraries out there have some amazing lending programs where you're able to take or patrons are able to take a hotspot home with them, apply to jobs, help with school, or whatever their needs are, and then of course bring them back in a check-in and check-out system. So those are some of the amazing benefits of the TechSoup program that we have. And we'll move on to our next slide here. And this is just a little bit about a few of the devices that are available through our program. So that's one of the key benefits that Mobile Beacon and TechSoup has outlined with our partnership. You're not just limited to one specific device. You can choose the device that best fits your need or your patron's needs. So the first device that we have is our 4G donation device. You can use this device, as you see fit, if it's a lending program or for your staff for your library. The 5G device is the same. This is discounted. It's not donated similar to the 4G, but it is heavily discounted. And then we have our discounted tablet that you're able to use as well. And the way our partnership works with TechSoup is because they are donated or discounted, you're only paying this administration fee designated by TechSoup. And then you just come to Mobile Beacon to pay for service directly. So the hotspots or the hardware is, donated or discounted. And then all you're paying for is service. And I'll dive into that into the next slide as well. So just to give some more insight into the program and some of the benefits, of course, I'll talk about speeds. So the 4G service speeds are from 4 to 35 Mbps, and the 5G service speed range from 70 to 320 Mbps. For the device, just as I spoke about recently, this includes the TechSoup admin fee. So you're not having to pay a separate cost for the device specifically. All you're worrying about is the TechSoup administration fee. And then there's a $120 annual service plan and shipping and handling after Mobile Beacon registration. The $120 annual service plan is for a full year of service. So if you break it down, it's about $10 a month. And of course, this is heavily discounted compared to services out in the market today. So that's the fantastic thing about our partnership with TechSoup. Another great thing about our program is the network coverage. It's an extensive 4G and 5G coverage across the US. We have a partnership with T-Mobile that allows us to offer these services and have one of the best or the best network. So when it comes to network coverage, it's not something many have to worry about, but you always want to double check coverage, and I'll get to that as well as in a second. And then lastly, we have some incredible available features with these hotspots that don't come at an additional cost. So that includes content filtering. You can receive usage reports for each of your devices, and also service suspension for missing devices. So it allows you to manage your devices as you see fit, and have hands-on with all of the equipment that your library has available to patrons. So that's a fantastic feature as well. And then lastly, of course, the most important part here is how you're able to request your donation. So we can move on to the next slide. So we talked a little bit about the benefits and about the program and the costs and all of those things. Now, as I mentioned, this is the most important part. So when you're ready to request your donation, we have a simple process. So there's two different processes. If you're looking for our standard process, if you're purchasing devices under the quantity of 50 or 55, you first want to check your network coverage. As I mentioned, T-Mobile, one of the best networks out there, but you just want to double check and make sure coverage is viable in your area. Then after that, you're going to go to the TechSoup Mobile Beacon website and select the desired Mobile Beacon offering, whether it be the donation program or the discounted program device, and then complete the checkout process there. And then once you receive that promo code, you're going to have your eligibility confirmed, and TechSoup will follow up with a unique promo code that includes instructions in this. Then once you take that, you'll just run over to the Mobile Beacon site and quickly put in the promo code and complete your order there. And then you're all set, and you're ready to roll with your lending program or supply your staff with the equipment necessary to stay connected. And then I'll just quickly touch on the bulk order process. So if you're a library system that, let's say you have 5 different libraries within your system, you're able to, instead of placing multiple orders, you can instead just place one bulk order. So you'll work with TechSoup directly, as well as and TechSoup will work with Mobile Beacon to go ahead and process one whole order instead of having to worry about 5. So we can take care of shipping and handling and all the various locations and payment processing and all of the things that are entailed with typical ordering. So it's one of the benefits of the program. And once again, I'm excited to be here on behalf of Mobile Beacon. We have a wonderful relationship with TechSoup, and I'm excited to continue our program and share any benefits. And of course, if you all have any questions for us here at Mobile Beacon and a little bit about our program, don't hesitate to drop your questions in the Q&A or in the chat, because a lot of our team is online right now, so we can follow up with those questions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brianna. Yeah, I think that the options with Mobile Beacon is limitless. The sky's the limit, depending on what your need is, or maybe what your community needs are. But yeah, I think that it's a fantastic program. Um, but next, please welcome our next speaker, Gregg Bossen, who is the president of QuickBooks Made Easy. You should be able to share now, Greg. Let me unmute you.
All
There you
right.
go.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you.
All right. Okay, cool. So I am just so that you know who I am a CPA. I specialize in nonprofits that are using QuickBooks, which is almost all of them. So I do kind of two professions. I'm a CPA with an accounting practice in Atlanta, Georgia. I do accounting for nonprofits all over the country. And then I also own a company called QuickBooks Made Easy for nonprofits. And we've been partnered with TechSoup for, I don't know, I was guessing 20 years. It's been a long time. And all we do at QuickBooks Made Easy for nonprofits is teach nonprofits how to use QuickBooks. Now, I'm curious because this is just libraries. And I'll tell you, Joe, my very first job was in a library. I was a page in a library. They called them pages. I don't know if they still do that. Do they do that in the chat? They call them pages. And I would basically like put the books back up, and then if I was really lucky, then I got to bind books together back, fix the bindings on books. And then if I had absolutely nothing to do, I would read the shelves. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? When you read the shelves, you just make sure everything is in line with the Dewey Decimal System. This may be dating me. Nobody's saying. Somebody put something in the chat, so then you can hear me at least. All right, but anyway, so I'm kind of excited about speaking to libraries in particular. Now, we speak to nonprofits and help nonprofits all over the country, and actually all over the world. But our website, I'll just take you to the website here to kind of show you what we do. Where is my website here? Here it is. Okay, cool. So it's QuickBooksMadeEasy.com. And just in keeping with kind of the theme of this, just show you real quick what we do. We have all kinds of trainings that we offer. We have live webinars that we do all over the country. We have on-demand webinars that you can actually download. And we also have complete training courses. This is streamable training that will teach you everything you need to know about QuickBooks. And I am kind of curious if you could put in the chat, how many of you are using QuickBooks in your library? And you may say, I don't even know who's doing the accounting, but is anyone using QuickBooks? I assume most of you are, either QuickBooks Desktop or QuickBooks Online. Put it in the chat because I want to see yes, QuickBooks, or no, something else. I want everybody to answer, even if your answer is, I don't do anything about that. Yeah, the accountant uses QuickBooks. They do. We use QuickBooks. All right, keep going. I want to know what everybody is doing here. Who else? Okay, Diane is using QuickBooks. Okay, cool. So all we do is teach you how to use the software. We have these live trainings. We have on-demand webinars. We have a complete course. We also have technical support agreements where you can call us up. We can even remote in and help you fix problems with your data file. We can help you understand how to set up all that kind of stuff. And also, when you buy, well, I'll get to that actually. I'll save that for a second. I'll talk about that. We have another service that we offer for people that are interested in moving from QuickBooks Desktop to QuickBooks Online. So I do want to talk about that next. By the way, this is our team at QuickBooks Made Easy. It's not just me. So there are 5 of us, and all we do is help nonprofits use QuickBooks Desktop and QuickBooks Online. So I'm going to give you a couple of coupons to get some discounts off of help that you might need, but I cannot talk to a person without teaching them something about QuickBooks. So I want to teach you a couple of things real quick. Hattie looks like she's already on QuickBooks Online. Crosby is using Quicken. Quicken's not really meant for businesses. But I do want to explain something. There is kind of like two types of QuickBooks. There's QuickBooks Desktop, and then there's QuickBooks Online. And I'm going to go to QuickBooks Online right now. QuickBooks Online looks like this. It's a cloud-based software, whereas QuickBooks Desktop is kind of it's on your computer. So oh wow, Crosby uses a spreadsheet. Oh boy. So what I want to tell you first of all is there's these two groups of people using QuickBooks. One are the people that are using QuickBooks Online, which you see on the screen, and then you have the people that are using QuickBooks Desktop. And those people need to know that, and this is kind of the first thing I want to explain to you, that QuickBooks Desktop is going bye-bye. All right. At this point, if you're not using QuickBooks at all and you try and buy QuickBooks, you can only buy QuickBooks Online. You can't even buy QuickBooks Desktop anymore. Is there anybody that is on QuickBooks Desktop right now? Put it in the chat. Anybody using QuickBooks Desktop, not the online version, you can put it in the chat. Okay, cool. So it looks like most people that are using, if you're using QuickBooks, it looks like you either don't know which one you're using or you're using QuickBooks Online. But QuickBooks Desktop is going bye-bye. It's important that you switch to QuickBooks Online, and you want to get it from TechSoup. So I'm going to go to the TechSoup website real quick and just kind of show you that QuickBooks Online Advanced, if you're not using QuickBooks Online now, this is what you need to get. You need to get it through TechSoup. It costs $170 a year, not a month, a year. All right. And a month, you're going to be paying around $230 if you get QuickBooks from Intuit, the makers of the software. So you want to get it from TechSoup. It's $170 a year. When you get this, you also can get our training products over here. All right. But I'm going to give you a way to get those training products now if you already have QuickBooks Online, and I'll talk about these in a second if you don't have QuickBooks Online yet. Let's see. Crosby used it for a different job, but use QuickBooks Online now. Okay, cool. So QuickBooks Online, cloud-based software. I have 3 tips to kind of tell you to make QuickBooks Online better for yourself. One is connect your bank to QuickBooks Online. When you are using QuickBooks Online, you no longer have to enter each transaction individually. You can actually just click, you can connect your bank, and then what happens is every day QuickBooks downloads the transactions. There's 66 transactions downloaded now, and they're waiting to be added to QuickBooks. They're in a holding tank. And you just click on each one of them. You decide what expense account you want to point it to, and then you add it to your QuickBooks file. So that way you can keep up with your data entry without having to manually enter everything, and you can make sure that everything that hits the bank hits your books. So that's the first suggestion that I would have. The second suggestion is you can enter a budget in QuickBooks. Now, I should ask you guys that are libraries, do you have a budget? Do you want to look at a report compared to budget? Put it in the chat. I'm kind of curious to see. Do you guys budget for the year? I'm waiting for y'all to answer. I'm not going to say anything more until somebody tells me. Okay, Molly budgets. Okay. Okay. Yes, you do. Okay, so you do have a budget. So that's the other thing that's really important to do is to enter a budget. You click the gear here, and then you click budgeting right here, and then there's all kinds of budgets that you can create. We teach you about budgeting both with our tech support as well as our training product, which I'll go over in a second. But when you do that sort of thing, then you're able to very quickly get a budget to actual report out of QuickBooks very quickly. So that's another benefit of using QuickBooks Online, not putting your budget in a spreadsheet and then trying to create something for a board. doing it directly in QuickBooks. And then you'll be able to get a report for the board. So I don't want to take too long. So I'm going to just go right to what we're offering those of you that came today. If you are interested in learning how to use QuickBooks Online just for nonprofits, we have something called QuickBooks Made Easy for Nonprofits, the bundle streamable training. It's normally $400. We're going to give it to you for $298. And the code to get it is TSL298. TSL. That's TechSoup Libraries 298. This code is going to be good until this weekend. But what you get with this is when you go to QuickBooks Made Easy, you go to courses and training, and you go to complete training courses, and you'll have access to this course forever, okay? Anybody at your library will be able to access it. It's called the bundle right here. We'll click on the course, and it gives you every single thing that you could possibly imagine that you would want to do with QuickBooks Online if you are a nonprofit. We normally sell it for $400. We're giving it to you for $298 because of this code. And then the other thing that I wanted to highlight is some people just want to talk. They're like, let me just talk to somebody. Let me share my screen and show you the problem I'm having with QuickBooks, and you can help me fix it. We can do that. We can do that for an entire year. We usually do it for $500. We're doing it for $299. The code is TSL Tech 299. TechSoup Libraries Tech 299. And to sign up for that, you go to tech support right here, and you pick a year. And if you're in desktop, pick desktop. If you're in online, you pick online. And then at checkout, it's $499, and normally at checkout, you put this code TSL Tech 299. Is there somebody that has a burning question about QuickBooks before I turn it back over to Joe? Because I don't want to take up too much time. This is probably the shortest time I've ever spoken, Joe. Usually I'm very verbose. All right. It looks like, yeah, it doesn't look like anybody has anything else to say. So I guess I would just end by saying if you're not in QuickBooks Online, you need to be. 90% of all nonprofits, including libraries, are using it so that they can easily track their transactions. It's only $170 a year through TechSoup, and it's much better than doing spreadsheets. All right. I think I'll turn it back to you, man.
Wow, thank you so much, Greg. That was my first QuickBooks Online demo. Just wanted to share that with everybody, and I'm thoroughly impressed. I think I could use that in my own personal life. So thank you, Greg. That was fantastic.
Hey, thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and welcome Jessica Wong. And Jessica works in nonprofit implementations for Adobe. Let me share my screen.
Great, thank you. Hi, everyone.
so
It's so
welcome.
nice to be with you today. My name is Jessica Wong. I'm the Corporate Social Responsibility Manager at Adobe, and I'm here to speak with you about Adobe Express. Adobe Express is an all-in-one design, photo, and video tool to make content creation easy. With Adobe Express, you can quickly and easily make stunning social content, videos, logos, and more to stand out on social and beyond. So next slide. So Adobe for Nonprofits is our program. It houses Adobe Express, and also we have an Adobe Acrobat offer as well. And Adobe is committed to helping nonprofits make standout content quickly and easily. So you can go on to the next slide. And this is just to let you know that Adobe Express is completely free on TechSoup. There's not even an admin fee attached to it. All libraries are able to get Adobe Express Premium actually for free. And so what that entails is all premium templates and design assets. You get all Adobe stocks, photos, and then 20,000 fonts as well too. You have much more storage. There's 50 users per license that you can apply for as well. And we have nonprofit specific templates that that I'm happy to share with you today. So let me share my screen and we can go from there. Okay. So again, this is the do this. Okay, so this is the Adobe Express on TechSoup, completely free. The admin fee is $0. You get it free for a year, and then you just renew each year. So Adobe Express will always be free for nonprofits. After your 1 year is up, then you just have to renew again for another year. So, so this is the Adobe Express is completely cloud-based as well too. And so this is the home page of Adobe Express. And here you have some of your stuff, which is your projects. You have a brand library, some templates that you can use. There's a content scheduler, and then there's a learn more. So Adobe Express has a lot of really great tools that you can use. It can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. And I'll show you where you can get some really quick tips and tricks as you're working through content that you're creating. So I'm going to start here with the brands in the brand library. Oops. Let me see. So one thing that's really cool about, oh, here we go. So one thing that's really cool about Adobe is that there's a logo maker. There's a free logo maker that's attached to Adobe Express as well too. So if you have a public library, it's under education. And then this is a slogan that I just made up. A world without books is like a world without sunshine. So if you click next, you can choose a style. So something bold, right? I want something that's a little bit more bold. You can click next. And then if there are colors or something that stands out to you, this drama club kind of looks fun. And then you click an icon that's related to books. So maybe this one looks fun. And Adobe will create a logo for you. And you can shuffle colors, you can go back and choose something new. And then once you're done, you can download this logo and then you can upload it into your brand library, which I'll show you as well. Another really cool thing about Adobe is there's a color wheel. So this is color.adobe.com. And here you can choose or you can enter in your different hex codes colors, and then it'll give you other colors that are really similar in that palette or that can look really well with your theme. And you can, once you, let's see. So if I want to use this color combination, I just click save and it'll automatically save into my library brand library. And so I'll show you where that is in Adobe Express. So we're now back in Adobe Express, and this is under the brands tab. And so if I click the library brand here, so I have the color palette that I just added right now. And this is the color palette that I was playing around with the other day. And here's the logo that I created the other day and just uploaded it onto my brand library. And so what's really cool about Adobe Express is if you go to the Home tab and say I want to create a flyer, right? So if I just click or start typing in library and I click flyer here, what will come up are a bunch of templates for a book fair, for a library club, a book club. And so if I go and click, let's say this book club looks fun. So I'll click customize a template. And then what you can do is you can automatically apply your brand theme to it. So remember, we choose change theme up top, this little icon right here. And then I'll choose this brand, my brand library color palette. So this, font is a little bit hard to read here. So I'd want to make that a bit darker so that folks can actually see. Everything is completely customizable as well too. So all of the text here is customizable. And then say I want to swap out this book image. It doesn't really, it doesn't like, I just kind of want a new image. So what we'll do is we'll click the replace button here, and then we can click with photos, and then let's type in books, something that's not so old books, but let's see, a bit more fun. So we can choose, this one kind of looks fun. Is that, I don't know, we'll see. You can choose a different photo. This one looks great. Okay, maybe something a little bit like that. So again, everything here is customizable. If we wanted to go with a different brand theme, color theme, we can just click that at the click of a button, and then it'll change our color theme again. And so with Adobe Express, it's not only like flyer templates, you can choose videos as well too. So if you click search and let's see, you for a newsletter as well too. So I'm sure newsletters, flyers for parenting classes and things like that are probably pretty popular. We can take a look at different different newsletters that you're able to choose from. And so and this is also to note that let's see, if we go back, I wanted to show you one thing. So let's see. So if you see these icons with a little crown and a check mark, it's kind of hard to see, but that means that's a premium asset. And so again, with your Adobe Express premium offer, you have access to all templates. There's nothing that's, yeah, you have access to everything. And what's also cool is that you have the ability to generate images as well too through Adobe Firefly in Express. And so you can do that. And there's you get a lot of credits. There's, don't quote me on how many credits you're able to get or to use, but it's a lot. And I don't really think that anyone ever uses all of the credits either. So yeah, let's see. Let me go to the chat and okay, I can get back to that. So this is really what I wanted to show you here on templates for newsletters, flyers, presentations, anything else that you might need to create at your library. Let's see, the other thing that's really fun. Oh, I wanted to show you. So here, this little light bulb icon is a learn. So if you click learn and you're not really sure on how to do something in Adobe Express, there's a bunch of videos and exercises that'll really teach you how to maneuver through the product. And then one other thing to note is that, let's see. So yeah, here's design elements and also media elements that you can choose and add as well too. And there's also layers too. Let me see if I can find them though. So yeah, everything here is customizable as well too. So let me stop sharing my screen and let's see if anyone has any questions. Is Adobe Express Premium free for all? Yes, or non-library nonprofits as well. Yes, so Adobe Express is free for all 501c3 nonprofits, whether locally or globally as well. It's free. Any other questions? Can we add watermarks to scanned images using? I believe you can add watermarks to scan images with Adobe Express as well too. Yeah.
Great. Any additional questions before we go to the Q&A? That was so informative. Thank you so much, Jessica. I love visual arts, and this is my first, Adobe online experience as well, demo. So I'm very, very impressed, and I just love how Easy it is. There's so many options. So thank you so much. All right. So let's just go ahead and move into the questions. It looks like we have time for maybe like 2 or 3 questions. If anybody has a burning question that they would like to ask one of our guest panelists today. And Greg had to drop for another meeting, so if there are any QuickBook Online questions, please use the Q&A button at the bottom of the screen on that bar and put your QuickBook Online questions in the chat. This has been a pretty quiet group. I feel like you guys are all talking on behind the curtain. And that's okay, you know. So what's going to happen, you know, from here is we will send out the webinar and also the slide deck to all attendees and all registered webinar attendees for this webinar. And what we want to do is we want to encourage everybody to, you know, share this information far and wide. You know, so many libraries can benefit from these different product offerings, and you know, knowledge is power. As we all know, we're librarians, and you know, we love knowledge, we love books, we love you know, learning new things. So like, let's share that. Let's share this information. That will be sent to everybody here in approximately 3 days. And it looks like Ashley has her hand up.
Sorry, Joe. I just wanted to say, Hattie, I saw your question in the Q&A, and I will be happy to send you a link for the Adobe Express solution to your email. So I just want
thank
to
you.
follow up on that. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Any questions before we wrap up? Any last thoughts from our speakers today?
For hosting, Joe.
Oh no, thank you everybody. It's been fantastic being here today. It's been wonderful putting this bringing this group of professionals together to speak about the different offerings and how they really truly support the library community. If there are any questions or you know, there's burning questions after this webinar, feel free to contact mmd@techsoup.org, and that's our major markets development. That's basically Ashley. So Ashley will get back to you, and we'll help you find the answers or questions that you need. So, but most importantly, I want to thank everybody that attended here today, or maybe even somebody that's listening, you know, to this webinar in the future. Thank you for taking the time out of your day, your busy schedules, to come and you know, hear this information. I want to thank Jessica Wong from Adobe. I want to thank Gregg Bossen from QuickBooks Made Easy. And last but not least, I want to thank Brianna Waiters from Mobile Beacon. But no, last but not least, let's thank Ashley and Gerard for coming out today. I truly admire the work that you guys do for TechSoup. And yeah, I think, you know, this has been a pretty awesome meeting, just a gathering of minds. So thank you, everybody. Oh, there is a question. Microsoft donations with multi branches and a single tenant. Okay. Do you want to answer that one, Ashley? It's a Microsoft donation with multiple branches.
That is a great question. So I believe in Microsoft's eyes, it's each individual branch of a library would have their own account. So each one would have their own tenant. And there is a way to link your tenants so that they are all connected, but they still would have separate purchasing power for Microsoft licenses in the Microsoft for Nonprofits portal. But I'm happy to follow up with you after this and send you some information on that.
So Sally, if you can go to put your email address
Yes.
in the question and answer or in the chat, that'd be great. Then Ashley can follow up with you all.
Thank you.
Of course, no, thank you. All right, there's the email address. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And yeah, we love libraries here at TechSoup. Don't play. See you guys next year. Thank you.
Thank you.